The lack of an inner monologue seems linked to a lower ability to recall words and predict their sound. The US is looking for ways to compete with China's dominance in the rare earth element market, which is crucial for clean energy, and coal mines could play a major role. Most people alive today carry traces of genes inherited from Neanderthals, indicating a complex history of interbreeding between modern humans and their now extinct cousins. A Falcon 9 successfully launched an Earth science mission for Europe and Japan May 28th as part of ESA's ongoing, if temporary, reliance on SpaceX. Kyakursor longiipes is the first species of ceratosaur known from the early Cretaceous of Asia, extending the stratigraphic range of the dinosaur group Ceratosauria by 40 million years on the continent. The Euclid Space Telescope has discovered 7 more rogue planets, shining a light on the dark and lonely worlds floating freely through the universe untethered to any star. It's 2024, and we still only know of the fundamental particles of the Standard Model, nothing more. But these 8 unanswered questions remain. SpaceX's Starship will one day transport human life to other planets. Black holes seem to provide endless fascination to astronomers. AI chatbots and large language models, LLMs, struggle to convey genuine empathy, and in some cases even encourage toxic belief systems like fascism. This diffuse light is more than 100,000 times fainter than the darkest night sky on Earth. Scientists noted the unusual eruption behavior at least 12 times in 2018. Extensive social networks between different hunter-gatherer groups in the Congo Basin existed long before agriculture arrived in the region. Chang'e 6 set for weekend landing attempt as sun rises over Apollo crater. Chang'e 6 is set to make its lunar landing attempt this weekend in what will be a critical moment in China's mission to collect the first samples from the far side of the moon. A team found previously unpublished photos of the moon and a few more surprises after that. The Earth's liquid molten outer core, composed mostly of iron and nickel, exerts an electromagnetic field extending from the North and South Pole that protects the planet from harmful solar particle radiation. An astronomical anomaly that was first observed and recorded more than 8 centuries ago is about to make a return visit to Earth's night skies. In 1945, Oak Ridge National Laboratory discovered a rare radioactive element called promethium. Nearly 80 years later, scientists have unlocked it. You could say that these are the first direct images of galaxy formation that we've ever seen, researcher Caspar Heinz said. 2 groups of dinosaurs moved to cooler climes during a period of climate change. 2 of the 4 science instruments aboard the Voyager 1 spacecraft are now returning usable data after months of transmitting only gibberish, NASA scientists have announced. NASA's sample return mission to the asteroid Bennu is arguably one of the premier scientific achievements of the 21st century. A new book explains why. Synthetic aperture radar, SAR, allows satellites to bounce radar signals off the ground and interpret the echo, and it can even peer through clouds. On June 3rd, Sky watchers will be treated to a celestial event in the pre-dawn sky, an alignment of 6 planets. Here's how to watch and what we know. PREFIRE, or Polar Radiant Energy in the Far Infrared Experiment, will be the first mission to study the polar regions in infrared and far infrared wavelengths. There's a long-standing debate simmering among biologists who study porcupines. There are 16 porcupine species in Central and South America, but only 1 in the United States and Canada. The telescope's dome is complete and protective panels are now being installed. There is potential for northern lights at low latitudes around June 6th due to sunspot AR3664 activity, but much uncertainty remains. Here's what you need to know. Earth may experience another solar storm and more auroras in early June as the hyperactive sunspot cluster rotates back into view. The spacewalk today, May 28th, lasted about 8.5 hours. The Royal Astronomical Society calls its latest bullying and harassment report a damning one. The origin of life on Earth has long been a mystery that has eluded scientists. A key question is how much of the history of life on Earth is lost to time. During a test mission in La Plata Canyons, search crews found the 2 people they were looking for within 2 minutes and 14 seconds. The study from researchers at Yale University looked into why exactly some images stick out in the people's minds. A planet thought to orbit the star 40 Eridani A, host to Mr. Spock's fictional home planet Vulcan in the Star Trek universe, is really a kind of astronomical illusion caused by the pulses and jitters of the star itself, a new study shows. Researchers developed ConvRGDQ, a tool for precise manipulation of specific cell subpopulations, enhancing studies of cellular diversity. In 1974, Stephen Hawking famously claimed that black holes should emit particles as well as absorb them. The pioneering sulfur transport and deposition Model I, initially designed to simulate atmospheric sulfur, continues to find new applications and value in environmental science and policy making. Evidence for activity, even in the lower resolution Magellan data, supercharges the potential to revolutionize our understanding of this enigmatic world. Biological differences may exist, along with the better-known diagnostic and social ones. At a news conference on Friday, Boeing and NASA said they were going to proceed with the Starliner launch without fixing a helium leak. The Progress 86 spacecraft departed the space station early this morning, May 28th. Getting the camera to the summit was the last major piece in the puzzle. There's been very little information shared about the orbital vehicle, which launched in December 2023 for its 3rd secretive mission. A recent study leverages data from the James Webb Space Telescope to investigate the evolution of galaxies in the early universe. Australian scientists find opalized fossils hinting at a prehistoric era of diverse monotremesd, displaying traits of both platypus and echidna. They won't check you off until you can do a number 1 and number 2. NASA says Gliese 12b could help researchers understand the habitability of other planets across the galaxy.